Hi, everybody. It's nice to finally get a chance to record. I had to go get my other computer from work, but thank you for being patient with me. My name is Dr. Kelly Varga, and I am going to be leading you through kind of virtually in the online landscape through environmental science, right? This is both a lecture and lab component that both need to be taken collectively. You will get one final grade for this course in your transcripts. But again, this is a fully online 5-week class, and it is going to go very, very quickly. So with that, today I'm going to make it short and sweet for just an introductory video to kind of get you guided into hopefully what you've already done through the announcement section that I posted for you all yesterday and on Monday when class started. But let's revisit those things because, again, this is really important stuff as it relates to, again, just how do we make sure that I have all the information, right? So the first thing I want to make sure that we can locate is the dashboard. So when you come into your, let me just hide the video panel. Oh, nope, not that. Okay, it'll just keep coming up. Okay, so when you come into the home screen of Canvas, right? Hopefully by now you've become very familiar with Canvas. You feel very confident navigating through. If you do not, right, let's schedule some time. Let's work on that. Let's get into how to sort of navigate the Canvas dashboard. But probably by now, most of you are pretty fairly confident with it. This may be the way your dashboard looks, or some of you may just have the list of your courses and the assignments underneath it. The reason I want to bring you into the dashboard first, because again, you may be taking other courses, right? Here you're going to see the 2 summer classes that I'm teaching, right? The lecture and lab component for this course. But you'll see that there's some other Canvas shells that I have for other things that I have to do as a faculty member. So with that being said, the very first thing I want to point out is, if you already have not gone over into the lab section, is that you're going to have a giant prompt that tells you everything to try and make sure you know where to go. You're not trying to vacillate between 2 different course shells. Was that lecture? Was that lab? I want to make it streamlined and easy for you in this very fast-paced course. Everything is going to be found in just the lecture component. So you'll never need to come in here, and I've already got kind of a big guidepost that says, hey, you don't even need to come in here, just return back to the original shell. So with that, the 0371 is what would have been the lab. But like I said, I've got everything inside of the 0071, which is tied to the lecture component. Hopefully by now you have received the day 1 and day 2 announcements that I have posted for you. But going back to the day 1 announcement, this is what this would have looked like. And again, this goes out to everyone in the course the second I hit publish, right? So if you are not reading these, if you're not taking this information in, you're most likely going to be missing this video as well, because I'm going to post this as an announcement once I am done and I've published it for you. But hopefully, for the most part, most of you have seen and come into the welcome. You have noticed that the announcement had a little link that pushed you right to the syllabus page. And again, this was intended so that if you aren't a student that knew that you should come into the Canvas shell as a whole, instead of staying on just that dashboard page and clicking on the assignments being due, because you won't be successful if you just click on the assignments and do them. Most students figure that out by the exam 2 or 3. They're like, I'm not understanding this and I'm failing this class, and now I've got a week left of material and we can't bring that grade up. So the biggest thing first and foremost is I put the link in here to guide you into the shell, right? To make sure you, hey, I'm physically in the Canvas shell. How do I know I'm in there? Because here is my directory, right? My home page, my syllabus page, which are the exact same thing. If you click on the home page, it'll bring you back to the syllabus page. If I click on the syllabus page, it'll bring you right back to the syllabus page. But that was the first thing I wanted you to do for Monday and yesterday. I wanted you to read through this. It guides you exactly what you need to do to get started. So hopefully by now you have at least moved through the first 3 items that were underneath the getting started. First and foremost, downloading a copy of the syllabus. It's always there available for you. My suggestion, print it out, tack it to a wall, tape it to a wall, tape it inside of the note section that you're going to be using for this course so that you constantly can make sure you're staying on top of 5 weeks of material from a normal 16-week course, right? Lots of information that we're about to go through. The next thing after you've downloaded a copy and have it handy and ready to go is that you went through the very opening modules. So right now, all you should really have been moving through is the Start Here module all the way through to the end of the registering for the online platform. And I'll talk with that a little bit more in just a second. The last thing I wanted you to be able to do between Monday and yesterday was to click on the office hours link. It's here. It's also in the modules. There's a whole section for this because if you are finding that you are struggling with this material, because this is going to be fully online, I'm not going to meet with you like a virtual classroom that we may have saw during COVID. This is a self-paced, self-guided course that I'm going to be touching points in through announcements, through gentle reminders, maybe through videos and video breakdowns. But really, unless you want to speak to me directly, you have to set up office hours with me virtually. Again, if they don't work for you, email me. The sooner the better so that we can set up some time if it needs to be outside of those office hours so we can meet via Zoom, right? And I can see what's going on because it's really challenging for me to not look at what you're looking at to say, I understand what the problem is, right? And more on that to come. But at the very least, schedule office hours with me sooner than later. Even if you want to just meet with me and say, hi, I'm so-and-so, I'm in the course. And again, I just want to make sure I know how to schedule office hours appropriately. It might be a good test case for you. Then after that, the next thing was to fulfill what you need to be able to successfully pass the course, right? Number 1, complete steps 1 through 3 above. That's got a whole plethora of pretty much everything of what you would need to be able to be successful. Second, you cannot and will not be able to pass this class unless you download or purchase, I should say, a copy of the platform. This is not a book. Do not go and try and buy a used book. You will not successfully pass the class. You need to purchase from this ISBN number, whether it's through the bookstore, of which you'll get an access code to enter, or by clicking on the assignments, you can register through the platform that way as well. Either way, you have to purchase it. Please, please, please do not come to me at the midpoint of this semester, which again is going to be in 3 weeks, 2 weeks, that you can't purchase this online platform and is there alternative assignments. My answer will be for you to drop this course or to withdraw, because even for students who are taking this face-to-face, they still need to purchase this online platform. It is uniform across all sections of environmental science. You would not be able to pass this class in any format successfully without purchasing it. So please make sure to do so. Again, you need working, reliable, stable internet, a working, stable computer, and a functional camera to be able to take exams. These are mandatory things. It is a fully online class. I cannot get around them. If you do not and cannot fulfill these requirements, please consider if this is the appropriate class for you to be able to take at this point in time. If we don't have these things, we cannot pass the class. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. Okay, a little bit more information down here. If you ever need to come stop by, I may be in office, I may not be. Schedule things with me first. Again, here's another opportunity to do so, or email me and see if there's a way we could set up if you would prefer to come to campus. Sometimes I'm going to be in office over the next 5 weeks. If you would prefer to come meet me in office, you are more than welcome to do so. Last little bits of information on the homepage. Right, we're in a mutual contract of respect. You expect me to have assignments, a syllabus that is outlined with assignments for the correct due dates, outlining the points for you for how you will earn your grade, right? That is the expectation from me. The expectation from you is you will utilize those resources to be able to successfully pass the class, knowing the expectations of, again, the aforementioned items. And then third, maintaining a level of professionalism that you're going to carry on when you enter into your career or maintain your career into your next career move beyond this class, beyond UNT Dallas, right? So all I kindly ask of you is please be respectful. When you are forming an email to me, please open it with, "Hi, Dr. Varga," or "Hello, Professor Varga. I'm not Kelly. Right, I'm a professor for you. I went to school for a very long time to earn that beautiful DR in front of my name. Please just have respect in addressing me as so. Please don't open it with, "Yo, hey, what up? I can't do this," and just give me something that you need fixed. Propose what's going on. Have evidence to back it up. Have support, right? The onus is going to be on you to really prove or disprove something is or is not taking place for me to consider giving you a makeup or something beyond, right? And again, the sooner you work this out with me, the sooner you email me, the sooner you schedule office hours, the better chance we both have to collectively coming to an answer or a solution for this particular problem. But if you are addressing me as you would text your friends, that email is going to go unanswered. That's not what professionalism is. And right, college is meant to kind of get you in the motion of thinking professionally in your career beyond here. So again, hello, Dr. Varga. My name is so-and-so. These are the problems I'm concerned with. These are the things I'm having issues with. Maybe you took a screenshot of your problem. Always have the evidence to support and back that up. And again, if you're looking for it or asking for an excuse or a makeup, you need to come prepared with evidence to support that and also a solution to the problem, right? If you handhold me through all of these things, I can say, wow, this person really sat down and thought through the things that they need for me to make sure that they are successful and give them a consideration for this point. Last but not least is, again, things happen, life happens. We just went through crazy storms. We sometimes, COVID is still a thing sometimes. If things are going on in your personal life that you feel confident enough are interfering with your ability to pass the class, the sooner you schedule time with me, the sooner we can come to a conclusion of a solution together. If you wait until the last day before class is over and now you want to make up all the assignments that were there in the syllabus from day one, your answer to me that you're going to receive from me is no. And it's just going to be that simple. No. I'm not going to give you an opportunity that others have worked really hard of hitting, right, the expectations laid out for them in the syllabus. So that's my soapbox moment. I will put a plug in that right there, or period at the end of that sentence. But more importantly, I'm excited you're here, and I'm excited to be able to successfully navigate you through, again, the next 5 weeks of a lot of intensive information. So with that being said, let's get to what do we have to do? Hopefully by now, you have moved through the start here and all of this information. Most of it is just all of the information that any UNT Dallas student needs to have, right? As it relates to an online course. From there, you should be moving into the course overview and information, where now we're getting a little bit more specific into the expectations of the class, grading rubrics, expectations, important dates, also related to withdrawing or dropping of the course. And again, information even on how to study and prepare for success on the exams. After that, you may not have moved through and watched every single one of these videos, but I wanted you to move through this so that you know there are resources here for you to work through Connect. Sometimes you might not have cookies have turned off. You might not be able to know that your Windows browser is up to date. I need Just like, again, the expectation would be if you're out in your career, your boss would say, hey, did you try troubleshooting this? You wouldn't just email your boss with every single problem. You would probably need to start coming with a solution. So my first question would be, oh, I'm having trouble uploading Connect. I'm having trouble getting Connect to work. My first question back to you is going to be, did you go to the resource availability module where it lays out exactly all of the information of how to navigate through this? The biggest one is going to be when you're taking your first exam, right? A lot of students may have some trouble with, do I have the right requirements? I need to download this before I take the exam. Please make sure to review the basics of this information, because again, I guarantee the answer, if you're having initial problems, is probably inside of here. If it is beyond this area, if it is not something you are finding, and it is just well beyond anything you've seen before, again, take pictures, take screenshots, and most importantly, set up office hours with me. But set up office hours with me not at 11:30 at night. I don't have office hours at that time anyway, on the day of the exam. That's not going to be the opportunity for us to meet. You have Monday through Friday pretty much to be able to reach out to me, and we can communicate to address these problems before you get to that point. So please make sure to do so. After that, I have a little bit of some information for a video about, again, what is SmartBook? How do I make sure that I'm doing the SmartBook appropriately? What is the SmartBook's real job, or what is its goal? Because again, some students think, oh, this is all I have to do is do these SmartBook assignments. It's kind of like a reading assignment. I'll have enough information to be able to get by and pass the exam. Let me tell you how many students come to me again, third, second exam, and say, I'm just studying the SmartBooks. And I'm going to say, are you reading the chapters? That's not going to be enough for you to be able to be successful. So please look through this. Again, I've got some frequently asked questions and resources from the publisher themselves. And again, how to use the SmartBook, how to recharge the SmartBook, how to use the reviews of the SmartBooks. So again, all things related to the reading assignments are associated here. Here again, another one of those places where we can find a way to meet with me virtually. And then I'll get down into these in just a second. So going back up, please make sure to review again the expectations, important dates, how to study for exams. Good information here, right? Go back through, review. Boy, if I'm having trouble, did I go back to the resource center that Dr. Varga provided for me, right? Or maybe have I reached out to Connect if it's purely just related to the online platform and trying to make my computer and the online platform talk to each other. And finally, please just review kind of the basics of what the SmartBook is entailing. So beyond here, your first bit of assignments are going to be an icebreaker. Some of you have already started this, fantastic. And again, it's just creating a little video, telling me a little bit about yourself. And that's really going to be the only sort of in-class, quote unquote, meet and greets that we're going to have, other than the video research project that you'll have as the closeout part of the summer session. That will be in a very different and separate video to come. The next thing I have for you is just a simple assignment that's about the 20th anniversary of the EPA. And this is really meant for that when you click on it, it's going to open up. Now, again, it's going to look a little bit different for me because I'm the professor, but what it's going to do is it's going to open up and prompt into the online learning platform, right? So if you have not purchased it, the first thing you're going to see here is either entry for that access code that you purchased through the bookstore, or it's going to give you an opportunity to purchase directly the link of this course that's associated with the Connect platform. Either way, again, there's an opportunity to purchase it. And again, you have to purchase it in order to successfully pass the class and take the exams as well as the labs. So when you do eventually gain access in, this is the student view of what this will look like. So again, you'll notice some things. The first thing I really need you to pay attention to is that over here in the left-hand side, you have access to the book, right? You have to underscore it, highlight it, bold it, whatever it may be. You absolutely need to read the chapters of this book. Good news is they're not very long chapters. We're talking maybe 10, 15 pages of pretty big text with lots of pictures, some graphs, things of that nature, right? But again, you have to read through the physical book, right? The pages of the book itself. Not only one will you be successful in your smart book assignments, you'll be pretty successful in your lab assignments, but it will give you the information because everything that is inside of these chapters, from pictures to graphs to case studies and everything in between, is potentially liable to show up on the exam. So again, please make sure you are reading the chapters. That's the number one most important thing. You can make highlights, you can reset, you can look at the activities, you can even have a version, let's see, where while you are sitting here, utilizing maybe the learning outcomes or reading through things, you can also have a printout of the PowerPoints, which I'll show you in just a second, and you can fill in notes and have the book read out loud to you from the publisher itself, right? Maybe that's helpful. Maybe you're an auditory learner and that's the best way for you to be able to take in this information. So again, these are all just things, but most importantly, you have to read the chapters. So then going back out, again, you'll see each of the assignments that are here and their due dates. Now, because we are condensing down 16 weeks of material, you are learning 1 week's worth of material in 1 day. That means one chapter that we would usually take 1 entire week for in the normal semester, you're now condensing it down and learning it in 1 day. So again, this is intense. It's time intensive. It's labor intensive. But again, you signed up for this course because you probably need to knock it out and you want to get it done and over with, which is great. This is why we give you it as an option, but it doesn't take away from the heavy lifting of the load of assignments and material you're going to have to move through because this is a 16-week course in 5 weeks. A lot of students say there is too much work to do. Well, again, I ask you, do you know what you're signing up for? 16 weeks into 5. It's going to be a lot of work, but I have no doubt that we can do it. And I'm trying to set up the success for you. So I'll come back and kind of retouch upon some of these things in a bit, but let's just go back to the modules because I haven't opened the modules that are associated with the chapters and the assignments yet. I really wanted to make sure to post this video showcasing to you exactly, right? I need to go in, I need to look at the home page, I need to navigate through all these modules to start here. I need to make sure that I feel comfortable and confident with this information first before I try and just start clicking on assignments to get in and take them, right? So again, please make sure that you're reviewing all of this information. I'm going to post this video now as kind of the first touch point to make sure that everybody says, I watched it, I reviewed it, I know now where to go for each of the items inside the Canvas shell. And then I'm going to come back and repost a second video very shortly here that will start to talk about when I do open these modules, because I'm going to open them very soon here, and the breakdown for you of, again, how things are laid out as response to the modules, the assignments, the lab work, and the exams. So to be continued in the next video. All right, welcome again, guys. I'm very excited that you are here. Please just stay tuned. All the rest of the modules will be opening within the next 24 hours. Really, I just want to make sure that you're getting comfortable in these first 3 days. Your Connect, your Smart Book, anything that's associated with the online platform, those items are really not going to be due as far as major assignments until starting next Friday. But again, I want to make sure to give you all the time to get comfortable with the material inside of that core shell and knowing where resources are first before we start trying to jump into the work that's laying ahead. All right, to be continued, but welcome. Next video to come is just purely going to jump right into how the module breakdown is, assignments, labs, and exams. Okay, I'll see you in the next one, guys.